Hello, today I'm going to be talking about like sixth form versus university. I was about to say sixth form versus college, but that's definitely not on. So I'm basically going to compare kind of sixth form to uni. About 2 years ago, I think, I filmed a video where I did school versus college. I will link that down below. It's pretty like, the editing on it is honestly shocking, but if you want to watch that you can. But yeah, in this video I'll be talking about sixth form versus uni. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you want to, and yeah, just gonna get into it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is workload, because I feel like when I was watching these videos kind of before I came to uni, I literally had no idea what to expect about sort of university workload for like your first year. So I'm going to give you my kind of view on it. Like obviously it will vary depending on what course you're doing, and like what uni you go to and stuff like that, but on the whole I'll keep it quite general. So obviously sixth form I took A levels, so there was a lot of content to revise for, because I did sociology, psychology and English lit / language. So yeah, a lot of it, so basically sociology and psychology just literally, it was basically a massive memory test. You just had to revise a load of theories and stuff and write them down in essay form. Whereas English you kind of had to remember books and like plot lines as well as like analysis and just again write it down in essay form. So yeah, I felt like there was a lot of preparation to do like ongoing throughout the year. Whereas at university in my first year, I feel like there's been a lot more like regular assessments. So we didn't have to have like 10 exams at the end of the year or anything like that. Like I think overall I had 2 for individual differences, 1 for intro, 1 for research methods. Yeah, so I've only had 4 exams this year, and 1 was before Christmas, 1 was like in January time, and the last 2 have been in the past like couple of weeks, so they've been really spread out, and they were a lot easier than like A-level exams, like, let me tell you. Like first of all, 1 was multiple choice, so that really helped out, and then the other one was like the questions were seen, so they uploaded all the questions we could possibly get in the exam, basically had to memorise them all, and you were good to go for the exam. And then the sort of first 2 I did, they were more kind of not A-level style because they were in like an hour long, but again we had just sort of had to remember the readings we got set throughout the lectures and stuff, and we would have, I think, how was it set out again? I'm just trying to think. We'd have sort of like 2 mini essays we had to do, and yeah, so the first exam there was 2 sort of mini essays which had to be about a page long, and then like the other half of the exam was a multiple choice, and then on the second exam for the same module, again there's like 2 mini essays, and then the other bit was like an applied question, or like a couple of applied questions, so that was quite easy to revise for. So yeah, that's kind of the exams. And then if I haven't had exams, I've even been doing like essays, which they usually give you about a month or 2 to do, and you get so much guidance like what books you should be reading, what they're looking for in the essay, and like a lot of times before you have to hand it in, they'll do like assignment surgeries or like tutorials, so you just go up to your teacher and be like, am I writing the right thing? They'll be like, yeah or no, whatever. So I feel like you get a lot more guidance throughout kind of like coursework stuff than you sort of did at A level. So yeah, so I've had and then sort of one big difference I found is I do reports as well as essays. So a report is more like, I'm just trying to think, if you did like a science ISA, they're a bit like that, so you talk about like variables, you have to state a hypothesis, you'd have to like make a graph or something like that and then write a discussion up about it. So I do find reports a lot more challenging because I'm just not used to them. But then sort of like essays, they were more kind of like, you would sort of have a question to answer, and they'd give you like a structure of how it should be answered. So yeah, that's kind of quite sort of, it was quite easily set out. Oh my god, I'm so tired, I'm really sorry. So yeah, so I've got regular assessments, exams, okay, and then group work. Oh my god, you'll probably get a lot of this in first year. I think they just do it so you kind of put together with new people and you kind of like interact with each other, because as far as I'm aware, next year we don't really have any assessed group work, so we might have it in seminars, but I don't think it goes towards our grades. But in first year, unfortunately, you do get group work, so they usually either kind of put you in the tables you're put with, or you like sit with, or they'll put you, like for my debate, we basically had to write down the debate we wanted to do, and then we just got put with people that wanted to do that debate also. So sometimes you will know the people you're working with, other times you won't. But yeah, group work's honestly the bane of my life. Like, like, I like it in the sense that you don't have as much to do on your part, but then like if you've got someone in your group who just doesn't turn up to meetings or doesn't do their bit, it can be really frustrating. But yeah, I feel like it's more of a first year thing of what I've seen. So yeah, like, and if people aren't doing what they're meant to do, just be bossy, just be like, can you please like do your shit, like just be savage really. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to friends. So I feel like in sixth form I didn't really have like social life in my second year because I was constantly revising or I was working. Like, yeah, it was not fun, and also I only really saw my friends at college. I didn't really see them outside. But with uni, you're meeting new people all the time, like through your course, like in your halls, in your building, like out and about on nights out. Like, I just feel like university is just such a social place, because especially where you've got less contact hours, like the rest of your free time is kind of spent with other people. So yeah, that's really nice. So I guess with sixth form, the social life was more about parties and sort of house parties and things like that before people turned 18. Whereas at uni, when we do socialise, we kind of mainly go out to like pubs and stuff. We go clubbing. But again, we do just kind of sit in the kitchen a lot of the time, just chat for a couple of hours. And like last night was really nice. We all ordered Domino's and sat outside in the sun. So yeah, like we do really cute things like that. So for money, I've put in sixth form as not much of an issue because obviously you're living with your parents, you have to think about rent and like sort of buying toilet roll and stuff like that. But obviously at university you do have to budget more. Like, obviously this is dependent on your student loan. Like, I do get the highest one, so as much as money is a worry to me, like I know it can be a lot harder if your loan barely covers your rent. Like, my loan does cover my rent, but I only have a little bit left over for me, so I do have to rely on like parents and stuff to give me a little bit extra money. But you do like adapt to it. I've talked about this in my sort of like in one of my university update videos. I can't remember which one, but like you do just adapt to like your sort of living situation. And then obviously the biggest difference between sixth form and uni is sixth form is basically living at home, and then university you're living like miles and miles away. But I personally really like that because I like when I go home I can just relax and just switch off completely because I'm like ages away from uni. I'm not surrounded by like my tutors and stuff like that. So yeah, it's quite nice to go home and just actually relax and switch off. And yeah, that's my sixth form versus uni chat. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you soon. Bye.